Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe, and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. In this video, we're going to discuss sigils and how they work. We're going to discuss sigil magic and how to create them. I honestly don't think working with sigils and magic is absolutely necessary, but they can be a powerful tool to aid in your development, manifestation, and increasing your knowledge. A sigil is a symbolic construction and it is commonly used to represent a signature for a deity. There are sigils for planets, angels, and for other deities. Today I'm going to be talking more about sigils that we create within Magick, usually with the intention to attract something to us. There's a few different ways to create a sigil. The methods that I'll discuss today are intuitive free drawing by combining letters, using planetary squares, and also using the rose cross. You may be wondering, how in the world can some lines help me out with manifesting? This can be a bit of a difficult concept to grasp for some people. It can also be a difficult concept or belief to accept. So let me break this down for you. Whether we are talking about objects in nature like rocks, trees, mountains, or man-made objects like statues, paintings, or architecture, all of these things have a resonant energy. Consciousness, energy, life force energy is there behind everything in the universe. This is not just on a spiritual level. This is also on a physical level. Form in of itself is energy. Every object, drawing, or creation has a resonant energy. Everything involved in form will have an effect on your subconscious mind. The curves, lines, angles, shapes all have an effect on your subconscious mind. This is a part of why sacred geometry can be so powerful, and this is also the reason that we work with symbols within ceremonial magic. If you're having a difficult time accepting this concept about form being energy and having an effect on the subconscious mind, then think of it like this. There's probably been someone in your life at some point that you've been physically attracted to. There isn't a whole lot of consciousness when you realize that you're attracted to someone. This is largely happening on a subconscious level. It's difficult to control your physical attraction to someone. Notice how it's the lines, curves, and angles on that person that you're attracted to. It could be the symmetry of the face, the shape of the eyes, nose, lips. It could be their color of hair, the depth and dimension of the skin. It could be the shape of the body, the curves. These are things that have a huge effect on your subconscious. The same thing happens when we observe art, architecture, and symbolism. For example, you may notice that you can forget something when you enter a different room. The act of going through a doorway is a subconscious suggestion to enter a new state or enter a new dimension. This is why doorways and gateways are kind of a common theme when it comes to the occult or esoteric traditions. All architecture, shapes, lines, curves, angles emit a resonant energy that bonds with our energy when we observe and/or interact with it. This is how sigils really work. You are creating the sigil with an intention to bring about a certain change within your life, or a certain change within reality. That sigil will act as the transmitter of that energy. The first method that we're going to talk about is probably going to be the easiest method and the most creative. You want to start by forming a phrase that encapsulates the type of energy that you want to manifest. The next step will be taking out the vowels. Now take out the letters that repeat more than once. Next, you will use the remaining letters to create a design. It is perfectly fine to overlap or have one letter contained within another. My favorite method of creating a sigil is using a planetary square. Again, we will want to get clear about what we're intending to manifest and create a statement. For example, it could be, "My light shines clear and bright." Reduce this phrase by taking out the vowels and any letters that are repeating. We are left with these letters. Next, you will want to convert these letters to numbers. You can do this by finding the numerical value of the letters. So you can use this chart. It's pretty simple. A through I, J through R, and S through Z are numbered 1 through 9, but of course letter Z ends on number 8. Go ahead and get your letters converted to their numbers. Then you'll want to find out what planet your statement best corresponds to. Mine will be to the sun because the sun is the representation of shining light. So for mine, I'll be using the planetary square associated with the sun. All planets have a planetary square. All the numbers in the rows, horizontal or vertical, add up to the same number. And that is the number that's associated with that planet. So the sun is 111. The moon is 369. Mercury is 260. Venus is 175. Mars is 65. Jupiter is 34. And Saturn is 15. Here's the planetary square for the sun. The next thing that I'll do is connect the numbers of my phrase in order. The starting number is a point. And we connect each number creating angles. And at the last number, we stop the energy. Next thing you can do is close the energy by having the sigil placed inside of a circle. The last type of sigil that we're going to discuss is the rose cross sigil. You can find this template just by doing an image search on the internet. Just look up the rose cross sigil template. This one is pretty easy as well. The rose has 22 petals, and these correspond with the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. You can use the rose with the Hebrew letters if that's your thing, or you can use the rose with the English phonetics. Just like the other methods, you'll create your statement and then condense it down. This time you can leave in the letter A if it's there, because the Hebrew alphabet does have the letter Aleph. You will then proceed to trace your sigil over the rose cross, and you can also enclose this within a circle to close the energy. Make sure that if you're holding on to your sigil for a while, put something black over it so that way energy does not leak into the sigil. The next step is going to be charging your sigil. You can perform any rituals associated with the energy that you're bringing in with the sigil. The more energy that you build up with these rituals, the better. For this one that I made, there would be an emphasis on the greater hexagram ritual of Sol, which is the sun. At the end of your rituals, collapse all of the energy that you've built up into the sigil. Eventually, you'll want to release this energy, and you can do this by destroying the sigil. A great way to do this is to burn it. You can also use the sigil at your altar, lighting a candle in front of it with an intention to release. I've also heard of some people burying their sigils. Destroying the sigil is a good thing because this will release the energy through the transformative power of destruction. Destruction is the modality of the universe that clears out the old, transmutes the energy, and then births new life. It becomes the generative principle. This is symbolic of transforming the life force energy. Sigils are such a great way to manifest things along your magical journey. And doing this process is motivating, and it helps teach you new things about each of the planetary spheres, new things about the rose cross, Hebrew letters, energy work, and the creative process. If you're interested in learning more about symbolism specifically within tarot, I'm accepting enrollments at this time for a tarot course that I created. We'll go over symbolism, how to read the cards, and also the relationships of these cards with the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is something that most courses in tarot don't offer. Make sure to check out the link in the description if you're interested. I do offer one-on-one coaching for beginning ceremonial magic. We discuss rituals regarding the 4 elements and connecting with higher states of consciousness. If you're just starting your journey in magic, feel free to set up a session with me. Check out the link in the description below for more information as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. If you want access to exclusive content and live streams, the link to my Patreon is also in the description. And I hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.